Ooh, that's nice, but looks like PCs on the x86 platform are f***ing dead. Alright, David Harry here, and in this episode of A Coffee with David, I'll be asking the question, David Harry, what the f*** are you doing buying a Mac? Okay, so as quickly as I can, I'm just going to explain the reasoning for ordering this Mac Mini and then also give a brief kind of like my expectations of it and stuff like that. So in a nutshell, why did I buy it? Well, I've been sick and tired these last 3 or 4 weeks or so of basically being let down by like PC manufacturers or Windows PC part manufacturers, as in AMD and Nvidia. I'm being screwed over trying to build a new PC for myself with Windows 10 on for doing me main editing and stuff like that. So what had happened, it got to the point which was like 3 weeks into having something else put on back order, someone having taken me money and all this, and I was just getting really deflated and I was going, I don't want to build this PC. Anyway, so earlier on this week, I was having a conversation with me Bezzy Threlly, and we were just talking, and Gaz turns on and goes, so what do you think then of the new M1 chip? And me and Gary had like for ages, well, a few years now, we've been predicting the obvious anyway, which was that Apple are eventually going to amalgamate both of their operating systems. And when I say both of them, you know, there are variations of iOS to do with, like, you know, the phone and the tablets and stuff, you know, the iPads, but that's essentially one OS, which is iOS. And then they've had Mac OS. Me and Gary for some time have been saying, well, look, they will unify this at some point, but that could probably only happen once they're able to unify the hardware structure as well. So don't forget, you know, having like, you know, the A series chips on one hand, which are essentially ARM chips for the portable device, and then Intel chips for the computers and stuff. That's been the reason why they couldn't amalgamate certain stuff up to this point or unify. So what we're seeing right now is something that me and Gary have been bleating on about like a pair of idiot geeks for years. And anyway, so me and Gary had this conversation. During the conversation, we're talking and like we're both looking at, you know, the Apple site and reading through stuff, and both of us are just acting like big kids, really salivating, going, oh, well, can you imagine what it's going to do with this and do with that? Anyway, so as we're going through this, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I've got like £750 locked up at Scan Computers for the CPU that they still haven't sent me, and I thought, I could just cancel that right now and order one of these Mac Minis. And don't get me wrong, it is still expensive for a small computer, but because I was already, in my brain, I'd already spent £750, and don't forget, I was going to have to spend a lot more than that to complete that computer. Then I thought, you know what? For no fuss or anything, I could just transfer that money to Apple and get myself, you know, something which I'm going to get change from a CPU by AMD from for the start, because I'm going to get 50 odd quid back out of the amount of money that I was expecting to pay for the AMD CPU, and then I get to complete an entire computer for $699. Now, don't get me wrong, it is not something to just sniff at, because it is still a lot of money for a small computer. But in my head, I'm looking at this thinking, I get it on the day that I'm being told it's going to come. I'm not going to be scalped in order to buy it, and Apple are going to have a ton of stock and not mess around the customers and stuff like that. That's the bottom line, really. And so now to my expectations for the Mac Mini M1, and it's dead simple. Will it be able to play Call of Duty Mobile better than an iPad Pro? Dead serious. That is the bottom line. Initially, as soon as I open it up and I've kind of logged in and done my thing with it and got it up and running, the very first thing that I'm going to do is to see if Call of Duty Mobile will load onto it and how it compares to the iPad Pro. Now, I know that's going to have pissed off a bunch of people who are thinking, you're just buying this just to fool around like a big kid. Well, I don't care, right? The thing is, nobody knows just yet how these M1 based Macs are gonna like respond to, say, serious productivity software. I mean, obviously stuff that's designed to run with the new OS and stuff and basically run on the ARM based, you know, CPUs are definitely gonna take advantage of it. But the one thing that we do know straight away is that there is supposed to be complete and utter compatibility with the apps from the iOS store and stuff like that. So basically the App Store for iOS, all that stuff is meant to be able to go onto these machines straight off bat and operate, well, presumably better because it's a more powerful system that it's running on. So there we go. That's the thing that I'm going to be expecting straight away as soon as I open it up and install and do everything with it on day one. So if you're into that gamey stuff, defo keep an eye on my channel. Of course, I will be doing productivity stuff further down the line, but straight away, I'm going to just act like a big kid with it, basically, and try all that stuff out. And it won't just be the one game. I'm just going to see how many I can get away with. So if any of this stuff sounds appealing to you, definitely keep an eye on my channel. Anyways, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.